My internship at IBM, it was not typical a 9 to 5 internship, I would say. So internship revolved around, I would say, the 24-hour clock for me.
Okay.
So my internship day usually started at 10. I had a few calls and regarding it. Then I used to report a manager who was in Poland. My task used to start from 10 o'clock, and my day used to start from 10 in the morning, and it used to end at 12 or 1 o'clock in the night. So there were multiple tasks assigned to me. So I tried to align the task according to the priorities which were assigned to me by the manager. All in all, it was like my manager used to give me the task which was on the weekly basis. So I tried to align my tasks which are aligned on the weekly basis of mine. So that was how I used to do with my tasks. Okay, so my internship at IBM typically was somewhere around aligned with my work.
Okay.
So coming from a work with TCS and from a tech background of 18 months of work, so I know the other side of product, like how coder develops the product. But when I got onto the other side as a product manager in IBM, so there were few things which I was not aware of, like the how were the templates were working, how the research is going to be done, how the user analytics skills, how to talk with the business people in the front. So there are the certain aspects which I feel I should have gone through it earlier, but during the course of IBA, many people and many peers which you're working with will guide you throughout the process. And all in all, I'll say these skills won't make much a difference. But if you go for these skills initially before joining your internship, it will be a much more beneficial for you during the period of your internship. So now with the WorkX, I know how a coder thinks and how long does it take to develop a product and what are the problems and what are the issues a coder faces. So with that WorkX and that mindset, I used to align my task with the technical team of my product.
Okay.
Experience helped me a lot during like what are the issues they are facing, how these issues can be solved. So like coming from a coding background, I am also myself aware of various technological skills. So I know various coding languages and all. So I tried to align my interests as well according to them. So it was very harmonical situation for both of us. Like I know how to do coding, and also I also used to be a part of that coding team. And so if they are facing any issues, so I was also being a part of the team. I was also being the part of Scrum meetings and all, trying to resolve those issues on their part.
I'm Shivank Jaiswal from the batch of 22-24 from XIM BM, and I'm currently placed in IBM. I went there for my summer internship as well. The people who will be joining internships they could be brought down into two groups. One that are joining into firms that are well established and are like have a big repertoire, big name around the industry, and the other ones would be who are joining these mid-level and fresh firms that are out there, the startups. So the quality of work in both these firms will differ. In the well-established firms, what they'll try to do is give you a project of which they already have a little bit of an idea of how to approach the solution. Like they have a particular solution, they'll give you a problem for which they have a defined solution or are working on a solution themselves. And then they will judge your solution, that the internship that you're doing, the project that you're working on, what kind of solution you provide them with the solution they came up with. So this becomes a judgment criteria. While in a startup or a mid-level environment, they will directly put you to work on the front lines. So you will directly be responsible for some of their frontline work, and they'll judge you on the basis of the outcome of this work. So the insight that I gained was there are different evaluating patterns, and you should keep this in mind when you're going for your internships, right? You'll know what company you are going for well in advance. Once you have an idea of where you are going, you need to be prepared to do what is needed. Like if you're going to an established firm, you need to ensure that what kind of solution you're giving is, very advanced. And if you're in a firm that's like a startup, then you need to ensure that whatever you are doing produces results that are like that the management there finds satisfactory to, evaluate your performance. Whatever your remarks you get from your internship matter a lot when sitting for your final placements. And a lot of internships have the potential to be converted into final placements. 2 months, I don't think that's a lot of time. Like they just vanish like poof. Of course, out of those 2 months, you can take away 3 weeks. You go there, you'll join them, you'll start learning about things. You have to do some compulsory modules for training. The last week, it's 2 weeks from the start, 1 week from the end, because you have to start submitting your work. You have to start submitting all the documents that you have access to. You need to give away your laptop if they have provided you one, and everything. Roughly around 3 weeks are gone. You have 5 weeks to make your impact. In those 5 weeks, you need to be proactive. You cannot just sit back idly and think, "ठीक है, मेरा project आएगा, I'll do my work, I'll get done with things and I'll be done." No, you need to keep talking to them. You will generally be assigned one person from the project team itself who will be responsible for what you need to understand, what you need to talk about. So you need to ask questions, and it's not like you just need to ask questions for the sake of asking. There should be some logic behind the questions. If you go and ask him simple questions, they'll probably not be very helpful. Understand the level of tasks that you need to do. If you do too little, and if you do it like too hurriedly, it's not gonna show, it's gonna show up, it's not gonna show any kind of results. But if you do them, like if you take too much time and are trying to perfect the tasks and you do it too late, that's not gonna help either. So you need to ensure that whatever you're doing has significant amount, even if it's not organized well. But if there is any kind of potential in the findings and in the work that you have done, they will help you out. It's not like they just want to give you the work and judge you. They are also there to help you in completing your work, in organizing how they want and how they want that work organized. So be proactive, talk to them, and ensure that whatever you're doing is going in the right direction. And the only way you can find this out is getting continuous evaluations from the person who is you're assigned to.
Hello everyone, I'm Prajyot Mishra. I'm from the PM batch of 20 to 24. I had my summer internship in iMESH under Innovance of Technologies, which was primarily a service provider in service mesh in Kubernetes. Well, the academic curriculum and the summer internship program align a lot, and there is a reason behind it. The feedback that comes from the companies after the end of the internships goes directly to the faculties, and the faculties make sure that all these feedbacks are well received and well integrated. So the next batch of intern that goes into the companies, whether they are the same companies or the different ones, they are more prepared to the market scenario. To begin with, having an interest and an understanding of the technological trends that are happening. A great example in the current scenario would be AI tools to speed up our tasks, whether it is automation, whether it is writing skills, everything can be enhanced within a fraction of a time with AI tools. So hands-on experience on those tools will always go a long way in your internships. As I mentioned earlier, communication is the key, and verbal and non-verbal both play a major role in your internship journey. And most of the internships in tech domain revolves around data. So you have to understand how to handle data, analyze data. So there are softwares, tools, Excel, Tableau, Power BI. All these will help you in your internship journey. Well, yes, cross-domain knowledge is always beneficial to the interns. I'll take my examples. During my internship, I was given a task to make an app that could show the ROI, return on investment, and the break-even. Now, for making this app, the understanding of the finance knowledge was important, which was given to us in our first year of studies in MBA. So there are countless other experiences that I faced during my internship time that showcased the importance of cross-domain knowledge.
Time management and time management skills, and you should know how to assign priorities to different tasks. If the person is not from a tech background, I would say you should start with basically gaining some of the basic terminologies, with the basic knowledge about the tech industry. what are the basic terms used in tech industry, how the user performs nowadays in the tech industry. So tech industry is basically two sides of tech industries. One is like there's a coding team, there's a team which basically develops the product, and there's a team which make the product, which assign the use cases and would define the problem statement. So these are the which I basically feel there are two phases of tech industry. You should very well know how both the sides are performing. So there's a different side of coding as well, and different side of product as well. How we assign the task as well. So for a person who is new to this industry, he should very well know how both the phases of this industry are working, and we should try to bridge the gap between them.
Yeah, if you're not from a tech background and you're looking for a career in tech domain, it's gonna be difficult. I'll say first thing first, it's gonna be difficult because, of course, you're coming from a different background, and a lot of companies prefer, like a tech company especially, that you have some technical experience, have a degree in technical subjects prior to coming to MBA, and that helps a lot. But it's not always the case. So if you don't have a technical background and are looking for a career in technical areas, you have a lot of catching up to do, first of all, like terms. And the first area that you probably should look at as an MBA, like you don't need to be working on the basic and lower level stuff and programming and other things. I need you to understand just the first thing is software development life cycles. How software is developed, what kind of life cycle it goes through, what kind of models there are for these cycles. And a lot of these companies work on principles called agile and sprint based development cycles. So you need to understand these cycles so that you can understand the basic concept behind how work is being done. Once you have that, you need to, like, it will depend on what company you land your job in, or what kind of company you land your internship in, what kind of products this company works with. You need to brush up on them before you get to the internship so that you have some basic idea. Like for technical people, for people with a technical background, yeah, they can brush up quite easily and they can understand concepts that might be related to these concepts. But for people who are not from technical background, it's basically like you're starting from scratch. You need to brush up on the products and concepts that this company is going to be in touch with. You can ask your friends, you can ask anybody in the technical who has like previous experience in technical domain. And secondly, not just the products and all, you need to look at what kind of things in the industry are becoming, like, are gonna affect this company. For example, what kind of technologies can affect the technology that this company is currently using? Is 4G or 5G going to be a problem for this company? Is a crisis in the Chinese market going to be a problem for this company? Yes. How? What kind of technical problems are we going to face? Is this company related? Is this company going to be heavily affected by Gen AI moving forward? If it's not, so just that basic understanding could help. And the nature of work that we'll be doing is a lot different. Even in the internships, it's not going to be completely technical, but having that technical knowledge can be an asset. So look up the things that you need to work on, look up the company, look up the relations between technologies, and you'll be good to go. It doesn't matter what background you are from, you can do it if you just put in the effort.
Well, tech domain is vast and endless. So there is always a good possibility that you will find something that you like. And when you find that something that you like, you hold on to it. You read a lot about it because there are enough opportunities out in the market for you to get your favorite role, get your favorite job in. So you have to go through a lot of these readings. You have to go through a lot of this understanding of different concepts to make sure that you like a particular path and be attracted to it and start working on it.